Shalom, shalom. I want to start by giving all honor and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kadash. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect out there, and as well as the Akim that's pushing the truth and doing the work in truth and sincerity. I want to title this video, Obey Them That Rule Over You. And we're going to be reading around Hebrews chapter 13, verse 17. And it reads, Obey them that have rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. And there's a reason for that, right? So I got a precept, 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40, call Allah Yahweh Shem Shah 144. Let all things be done decently and in order. And the reason why that is because the Heavenly Father set up a structure in the body as well as set up a structure in everything else in life. From your home, everything has a structure to it. Every item has a molecular structure. Every organization has a rank and file structure. And in a leadership column, you know what I mean? So everything it has to be in order, right? Just like the order in your household, Yahweh, then Yahweh Shai, then the man, then the woman, then the children, right? There's an order. So it's the same thing that's in the truth. And I have another precept, 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and 28, because I got that precept off of that precept. So it reads, and Yahweh have set some in the church, first apostles, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers, and after that miracles, then gifts of healings, helps, governments, and diversity of tongues. So that's saying that the Lord established, rank and leadership, and not every man is on the same level, right? And that's why there has been order for things, because there's a trickle down. There's a reason, this is all coming from on high. So I want to, I have another precept, Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 27. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, he that heareth, let him hear. He that forbeareth, let him forbear, for they are a rebellious house. And, the leaders watch for your souls, right? The elders are responsible for, warning brothers spiritually. So if he that heareth, let him hear, right? Look at that word, forbear. Forbear. Okay, refrain. He that, basically politely or patiently restrain an impulse to do something. Refrain, meaning have some discipline, right? If a man is willing to hear in order and forbearing from just going off on his own way, let him do that. Because, everyone, this is a rebellious house. The people of Israel is rebellious. So, the elders, they warn the brother of danger. It's funny. I used to see a little T-shirt. If you see the police warn a brother, it had the Warner Brothers logo on it. But anyways, it warns brothers of danger, right? And it keeps the doctrine in line and corrects brothers when they going off. To keep, to be. It's basically they're custodians of your soul, right? So, you have to listen to them. You have to when they ask you to do something or order comes down, you got to follow that. The word discipline comes from disciple. You got to be able to bear your cross, so you have discipline. And now that's going to swing me right into 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5. It says, likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject to one to another, and be clothed with humility, for Yahweh resisteth the proud and giveth grace to the humble. And that, submit yourselves, that doesn't mean blind worship of men, right? It means respecting leadership. It means accepting correction and stand within order, because pride can destroy a man of the truth ultimately. But humility will build you up, right? Pride is gonna make you want to be something that you're not, or be higher than you actually are, and that's gonna really take you out of the way. So you should be careful as to not get all big headed and think you don't have to listen to nobody. You got to listen to your elders, the elders in the truth especially, right? And where's I have, let me get another precept. um Proverbs, let me see, I want to get Proverbs chapter 11 real quick. Chapter 11 verse 2. Here it is. When pride, Proverbs chapter 11 verse 2, when pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. Basically, when pride sets you up high where you shouldn't be, it'll bring you down with shame. But the lowly, meaning, when you show that humility, it gives you wisdom. You get blessed with wisdom from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And that's why Hebrews chapter 13 verse 17 is, it says, where's this part at? That they may do it with joy and not with grief. Here it is, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, right? Because rebellion against the men of the Lord, rebellion against men that the Lord set up, Salakia, that the Lord set up, is dangerous, right? Spiritually, it's dangerous, for that is unprofitable for you, meaning you just gonna be hurting yourself when you fight order. You'll hurt yourself. This is for your benefit. This truth is for your benefit, right? You're hurting yourself when you go against leadership, right? You can't disregard what the elders and the men over you are instructing of you. Okay, so I want to get one last precept that I had set up. I had the book of Sirach. Salakia. Okay, book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 17. A sinful man will not be. Actually, I'm going to start up at 14. Whoso feareth the Lord Yahweh will receive his discipline, and they that seek him early shall find favor. Right? When you fear the Lord, you're gonna receive the discipline of that. Right? You'll become somewhat. You'll become. You'll start coming into your discipleship. Right? When you follow the Lord with discipline, you'll come into your discipleship. Right? That's where the word discipline come from. And they that seek him early shall find favor. He that seeketh the law shall be filled therewith, but the hypocrite will be offended thereat. Meaning, when you hear the law, it's gonna fill you with knowledge to be able to follow after the Lord and receive the Lord's discipline, right? But the hypocrite, meaning somebody that doesn't want to follow the law, they're gonna be offended at the fact that they hear the law. Like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to eat pork? I mean, I've been eating pork my whole life. I might as well keep eating pork. Yeah, they're gonna be offended at that. It says that they, next verse, that they fear the Lord shall find judgment and shall kindle justice as a light. And a sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. And that's the one I wanted to get at. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. You know how you try to tell somebody, hey, you probably shouldn't do that, and then they kind of self-justify themselves to you? Well, I mean, the reason why they, and then they go off and fuck up anyway. They go off, and you got to let them have that, right? They're going to find an excuse right, according to their will, right? Because humble men grow, right? But proud men are the ones that fall away, because leadership is watching for your soul, man. And those men, again, must give account to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And that's why Hebrews chapter 13, verse 17 reads, "Obey them that rule over you and submit yourselves, for they watch over your souls." Right? They must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. So if you say you follow the Lord and you in the truth, you got to be able to watch, follow after the men that are set up by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua through the Spirit to watch over you. And that is why the chain of command is important. So I want to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kudash, and again double honors and elders to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salakia, want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom on to the next.